guys! University application season's here, and it's finally time to decide what you're going into. If you're looking to get into the Bachelor of Media Studies program, or you're just curious about what the program's about, this video is for you. My name's Sophia. I'm a second year BMS student in the visual stream, and for this video I've interviewed people from my cohort from each streams to give you a sense of what media studies is like. Here's what they have to say about it.
I love it. Yeah, it's basically exactly what I was expecting, and I really love that I get to do kind of a little bit of everything, and that I get to touch on so many of my interests.
I think the program is very fun. It's really interesting, and I really love all the topics that we learn, and we have a lot of very intriguing discussions. I think the only downsides to the media studies program itself would be just the more unstructured format. It's still a very new program. It's only maybe 10 years old or so.
As you may have heard, and as the name suggests, the Bachelor of Media Studies is very interdisciplinary. You get to take a wide range of courses across different avenues, which I'll put up on the screen here. And second year forward, you get to choose an area of focus, which is courses in a specific topic that will be added onto your core courses in the BMS. So these are the streams essentially. So there's the visual stream, which is focused on visual art and film, the narrative stream, which is on journalism and creative writing, and the info stream, which is on informatics and computer science. Here's what my classmates have to say about their streams.
A lot of my narrative ones are next semester.
Oh yeah?
But I took a creative writing one last year that I really liked, and I guess the journalism class I'm in now is for narrative, and that class has been really fun.
I think that we get to basically go full force and just create, because that's basically the only way you're gonna actually learn.
Topics of the courses are definitely interesting, considering how relevant they are right now, and also just being information is kind of the currency of our world.
Something about the media studies program is it's very project based. While other degrees have midterms and finals to test your knowledge, media studies just has a lot of projects. I mean, there are courses in media studies that do have midterms and finals, but it's very common for a lot of the courses to not have.
Whatever I do, I usually implement some kind of video game kind of elements to it, no matter if it's the UI or whatever, and I just find that really interesting that it's reflected in my works, because I consume it so much that it's sometimes it's subconsciously just implemented or purposefully.
Somehow my projects always end up being about gender in some way or another, so that would be a content kind of niche, but I also focus on arts and culture as much as I can, at least with my nonfiction journalism projects.
I do a lot of films just in my apartment, in my house, or in my kitchen. All of my art pieces in high school were about food and domesticity and the beauty of ordinary things. So I guess that was that would be my niche, but I'm also trying to branch out and within this degree do as many different things as possible.
A lot of my staff persona is characterized by irony. I use a lot of irony.
Oh, okay. How so?
And irony is maybe between the medium and my approach. So my Visa 110 project, I did I had just a logo expanding from mundane pictures. So a lot of the irony came from the polish of the chips themselves, right? They were very well made. But I was also critiquing capitalism at the same time. So there's a bit of contradiction between those two.
Even though you're taking courses in a very wide range of different topics in the media studies program, the projects you do still give you the freedom to explore your interests and also your artistic style as a media creator, while still engaging with the course content. Yeah, for my CAP class, I got to write a academic essay on my favorite novel, The Poppy War, which was so fun. And for creative writing 208, I got to make a comic about my trip back to the Philippines where I was born and my struggles with identity and culture. Here's some other favorite projects to give you a sense of what we do here.
I would say it's my MD100 project, where it's a kind of fake website that parodies kind of YouTubers or influencers product websites, where talk about overpriced merch or insane kind of Patreon money tiers. So yeah, that was really interesting to dip my toe into web design.
I did a poetry project for my creative writing class. We needed to use social media, so I did like TikTok poetry, and I did like photos, and then the poetry was kind of on the photos, and then I posted like a sequence of them that kind of told a narrative. It was so outside of my comfort zone. I'm not a big social media person, so that was kind of scary, putting my work just like online for real strangers to see, but it's a good exercise for me.
So I wanted to talk a bit about how first year media studies was like going into the program. You don't have that many required courses. You just have your English requirement and then 2 courses from the first year media studies list, and then Media 150, which is exclusive to only media studies students. You also have the option to take the CAP Media Studies program, which is a set schedule that you take all your courses with the same CAP cohort. I personally took the CAP Media Studies program, but I feel like it really depends on who you are as a person, whether it would be a good fit for you. But here's what my friends have to say about first year.
Okay, so I was in the coordinated arts program. So I was with people that were in general arts and also with people that were already accepted to media studies. So we had like a set schedule and everything was like basically just given to us, like, here's the classes, here's the schedule, go. I personally really liked that structure. I really liked, especially going into university, going into first year, not knowing anyone, moving into a new province, literally being completely bewildered and just like thrown. I think it was really helpful, like seeing familiar faces in all of our classes, and again with like the small cohort structure and everything.
Would you recommend people take the CAP Media Studies program?
Yes, definitely. If you like structure, then yes. If you like to have a little bit more like, I don't know, flexibility with your courses, then no. But yeah, if you're someone that does well with like high school and having like a really rigid structure of courses, then I think it will benefit people.
The main reason why I didn't take CAP is because I didn't want to take CAP 100. So I didn't want to be locked in the schedule because I prefer waking up later. I really wanted to take English. I really wanted to take English instead of CAP 100. And I got it, yeah.
How was it?
I had a really good prof, and guy has a perfect 5 out of 5 on RP.
No way.
Yep, that's not a joke.
Honestly, it's like similar to the CAP program, but like I had more elective. Like I find it really interesting because I get to meet some media studies people, but I also get to meet people from other majors, and I find that really beneficial, you know, to like make friends all for like different areas.
I thought I would share a list of favorite courses from first year for your reference. And my personal recommendation is Introduction to Writing for Graphic Forms, which was genuinely like the best class I've ever taken. Anyways, how about career prospects? So there's a lot you can actually go into with a BMS degree, but it's really up to you to figure out what you want to do and build your skills, build your portfolio to be able to get there.
I guess the more general path is probably like marketing, I guess. Like I would really love to work in like a marketing firm or like I really want to do like marketing video game industry.
I'll probably do a mix of like research and also industry stuff.
On media?
My master's, and I'm also planning to combine HCI, which is human-computer interaction, with my media theory niche. So, like thinking about our relationship between computers in general, and also particularly in like interfaces, right? Like taking about example like buttons. A lot of times when you try to cancel a subscription, they present the no button as the highlighted button rather than the yes button, and you often misclick.
Yes.
And I wanted to think about like the implications of that and like thinking of how it's designed.
I would say dream job. Ideally, if money didn't matter, I would probably try and work for myself as like a creative director or producer of some kind. Either just like managing my own projects and photo shoots and like that kind of thing. Realistically, I'm looking to get into more of UX design. Yeah, I think that way I'll have like more chances of like getting into like the corporate life, even though like that's not exactly what I want to do, but that's more so just like a step in the process to doing what I actually want to do.
Currently the goal is to be an arts and cultures reporter, but I'm kind of looking into some different masters and like graduate programs right now, mostly for like networking, connection reasons,
Mhm.
but that's kind of the eventual goal.
I actually got waitlisted the first time I applied into the BMS program, and then I got in second year transfer. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time applying and just thinking about the application process to the program. But if I had to give myself advice for my first time applying, it would definitely be to be insightful in the written portion and really think about like the implications of your work and the impact you want it to have.
Also make sure like to imprint yourself into those works because it's so important. Like sometimes media works you can be like really good at one of them, but like you can't really see the artist's voice. So like make sure that like the works that you submit are representative of who you are, I guess, and like who you are as a media maker, since you know that's what they're judging you based off of, you know, because you can't just write your entire life story.
Like, don't make something just for the application. Don't make something just for like they can see it and be like, okay, she's good enough, get like, or like they're good enough, let's get accepted. But more put like make something that is like really special to you and that really you have the personal connection to.
I submitted like a song that I had worked on as like my main creative project, and then I did like some academic paper as my other one. If you already have something that you're like really proud of, then I would use that for the application.
But I think the one thing is that you really should consider the relationship between the medium and the message, because that's like kind of like where the most like generative things come from, like the best messages come from. Because like, it's like, are you playing? Are you doing something different? Or is like the message and the medium perfectly aligned? Like, don't think of it. Don't use the medium because it's comfortable to you or comfortable to you. Just think about the message itself and the medium. Like, kind of shape the medium to the message and what you want to say.
Yeah, that's everything for now. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it was informative. I know I would have definitely benefited from something like this in high school when I was thinking about what I was going to go into. So yeah, I decided to make my journalism project about this, which is what you're watching right now. And yeah, good luck on applications if you're applying into the program, and you got this.
Good luck. You're gonna do amazing.